Hello guys, today I've got Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 8 and I'm going to show you how you can easily fix the overheating problem. Compact foldable smartphones like the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 8 dissipate heat across a smaller surface area, making them particularly sensitive to processor load, background activity and environmental heat. At first, we need to open the settings. The settings again. Here, we need to scroll down till we see device, care, and now here performance. In the performance section, we need to search for performance profile. Now, here we've got two of them. If you have it set to light, you're good to go. But if you have it set to standard, just tap light, because it prioritizes battery life and cooling efficiency over processing speed. This setting doesn't apply to games. You can manage game performance in the game booster settings. So remember, if you want to manage games, if you play a lot of games, you need to manage this setting in the game booster. So now we can go back and go to memory. Here in the memory section, we've got RAM+. Tap it. Here, you need to have it disabled, like I do. And if you tap this stick to disable, take this switch to disable the RAM+, you will see. To turn off RAM+, your phone needs to restart. And you need to tap restart button, of course. After tapping so, your phone will restart, and then you'll be good to go. You should feel a difference just right now. Remember that RAM+ uses internal storage as virtual swap memory. This causes continuous read and write cycles that generate excess internal heat under the main display logic board. So now we need to install the not third party, but we need to install some application. So we need to enter at first the Galaxy Store, and here in the Galaxy Store, you need to tap this lookup icon in the top right corner. Remember that you'll need to log into your Samsung account in order to install this application. Here, type Good Guardians. Good Guardians, this is the new name of Galaxy Labs, and it's this one, this application. You need to hit install button right here. So now, open. We can skip actually this process because we need to hit install button right here and install one module. Your Good Guardians agent needs to have notifications permission, because it will just protest. Once we've got actually strike. Here we've got our Good Guardians application, and we've got battery tracker, battery guardian, Galaxy booster, and this is one which we need to manage, Thermal Guardian. Tap it, and here install Thermal Guardian. And why would we use Thermal Guardian as the app? Samsung's official Good Guardians utility suite allows direct adjustment of thermal throttling limits. Here we need to lower the thermal threshold by -1 or -2 Celsius. If you of course see that if you use Fahrenheit, it needs to be of course the equivalent. So but I think there is no such difference because it will always show Celsius. So just tap this -2 times and you'll be good to go. So what is the effect? The phone triggers thermal management earlier, preventing the outer chassis from reaching uncomfortable surface temperatures. So if we tap this additional setting right here, we can see additional settings when it comes to the overheating. So we can see limit CPU boosting when heating. We can tap it. Decrease maximum brightness when heating. Apply standard motion smoothness when heating, and turn off 5G if the data usage is low when screen on. So we can tap here apply, and apart from that, here we've got CPU usage. and you can see temperature, and as you can see, it's good. If it's somewhere here, you can see that something is very, very wrong. Let me quickly reset my settings because it will just make my phone worse, because I don't get overheating issues, because I've got AC in my room actually. So now we can exit this application and go even further. So now let's talk maybe about some technical issues and some theoretical ones, like what do you need to do. We need to prevent actually heat spike during the fast charging, because battery heat combined with screen heat can trigger thermal warnings. You need to avoid heavy use while charging. Gaming, video calling, or using GPS navigation while connected to a fast charger creates intense double source heat. You need to charge your phone unfolded. If fast charging on a desk, keep your phone unfolded. Stacking the two halves traps the heat between the battery and main board. And you need to turn off fast charging in heatwave conditions. So, for example, like we've had in Poland a moment ago, actually, 6 and 7, I think, of August, and of course back in July, and it was actually whole Europe. We've got these heat waves, and there was even 37 Celsius, or even 38, 39. So it was awful. And when you see this weather, or of course 25 or 30 Celsius is of course still bad, and so you need to enter the settings. Here we need to scroll down to the battery, scroll down even further to the charging settings, and here you need to disable fast charging, and if you are charging your phone wirelessly, disable fast wireless charging also. Of course temporarily, not for long periods of time, like for example 2 weeks. It needs to be just, for example, 1 hour or 2. If you charge your phone in one ambient environment. What those can actually show you. Once we are in the battery settings, we can tap background usage limits. Here you need to make sure that you've got put unused apps to sleep tick turned on. So like I do have here. Apart from that, you can tap this 3 dots in the top right corner and tap adaptive battery. Make sure to have this setting enabled, adaptive battery. Extend battery life based on your phone usage. And as the almost final thing, final thing, is that we need to enter display and reduce the load on the display. For example, our display is AMOLED here. Actually OLED, but it's just AMOLED. And once we've got our pixels dark, once we've got our screen set to dark mode, these black pixels aren't dimmed, aren't just displaying black. They are turned off, which means that we reduce the load on the screen. You need to, apart from that, enable adaptive brightness, because it will go to peak brightness only when you are in direct sunlight. Here, motion smoothness, you need to have it set to standard, because your screen will be less smooth, although it will look still good. And apart from that, you need to scroll even further, and the last setting in here in this phone that I actually recommend changing is the screen timeout. Tap it. Disable keep screen on while viewing, because this is your camera all the time, and set the screen timeout for either 15 or 30 seconds. Everything above, like 1 minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, or 10 minutes, these options are just bad. Everything above is just bad for your battery, because your screen is turned off all the time instead of being disabled for most of it. And actually, that should be it for this video. Remember, if your Z Flip 8 began running Energy Hot immediately following a software update, it can be actually normal, and you need to just restart it from time to time. So that's it. Bye. If you have got any questions, leave them in the comments section down below. Bye.